That's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. Thanks for listening to this episode of Two Years in a Face Wrestling Podcast. On today's episode, we have a little bit of a duo guest combination. We're going to stagger our guests a little bit today. We want to recap two big shows that just happened for Freelance Wrestling and Freelance Underground in, I believe, November, December. Their two most recent shows. It was a return to Logan Square Auditorium and then back to the Church Street Brewery for FU Shoot Your Eye Out, or you're going to shoot your eye out. So we have James here. James, the, I guess, promoter now of, I don't know if we've had you on since you've been pulling double duty. It's been a little bit since we had you on, but running, promoting Freelance Wrestling and Freelance Underground. How you been?
That's a loaded question. I've been good. No complaints. Just very busy, very stressed. But a good stress, but a bad stress, but a good stress.
Yeah.
It's crazy essentially carrying the load of two companies, but things are going really well for both, so I really can't complain. So it's just, business as usual times two.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think something needs to be obviously said about that. And I know you got to have help with both. Let's not forget Andy 2Juice Long, but even with Freelance Wrestling, you have some help as well. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't think we've had you on since that. So props to you for doing that, for keeping both going as we kind of come out of this, whatever you want to call it, or to get somewhat back to some sense of normal. But I think that's really cool. I think the Logan Square audience came out too for that return show.
Yeah, the Logan Square audience hasn't forgotten about Freelance, and that was a big worry for Nick originally, was that they were going to just forget about the company, and the Logan Square Freelance faithful have not forgotten.
No.
Last two shows have been sold out. It's been insane. Hoping for another sellout on the 17th, and yeah, they haven't forgotten, and it's a beautiful thing that they have not forgotten about us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, shit, I think people were clamoring to get back. At least that Logan Square crowd for sure. I mean, I think both crowds, but Logan Square crowd can definitely show up. I want to mention that Chris is not. I'm sure you're wondering where Chris is, so they usually talk to him. I think James, but like you, the audience. Chris is right now getting tested for COVID. He is not feeling too great. Hopefully he, tests negative. I think maybe a member of his family had it, but all that family member is also, in pretty good shape. Symptoms are low. So wish him the best. And just going to be running the episode solo. The show that took place on November 19th, Purple Poppy's birthday blowout. So this is obviously regarding in reference to Matt Nix, who's going to be our second guest that we're going to have on the podcast, Staggered. Was this how did this name even come about?
Oh man. So myself, Nick, and Isaiah were standing outside of we're standing outside of actually Emporium Logan Square. And
oh yeah.
And we were talking about the November show. And I was like, hey, let's name it after you. And he's like, no, I don't want to name it after me. I'm like, no, it's got to be, Matt Nix's birthday blowout. And he's like, oh God, I could see how people are going to think about me then. And I'm like, you're not naming it. You're not in charge right now. Like you're the owner, but we're doing everything, so it's not going to fall on you. And he's like, no. And then Isaiah goes, no. Purple Poppy's big birthday blowout. And I'm like, yes, that's it. You don't have a choice. This is what it's going to be. It's Purple Poppy's big birthday blowout. I'm like, it's done. That's the name of the show. And Isaiah's like, yep, exactly. That's the name of the show. Sorry, Nick. You don't have a choice. And people, like, all right, fuck yes. So yes. I started the ball rolling.
Sure.
Isaiah's changed it to Purple Poppy, and that was the purple thing. Yeah, the perfect thing. So.
People love alliteration. Like the double P's, the Purple Poppy, I think. And I feel like it's very selfless of Nix to be like, no, I feel like he doesn't really want that. And like, I think he would say that too. It's not like we're talking about him. He can hear this, but like, he doesn't want like any of the spotlight on him. But I think it was a little it's like no one would think that, oh, Knicks is being narcissistic. Like, no one would ever like think that, I think. And like, it was just give him a little bit of due. I know he's been kind of letting you take the reins and in the background, not really wrestling at all, but I think it was due to give him like a little bit of shine,
Yeah, no, after it's been hard. The last 18 months
Mm-hmm.
has been extremely hard, and
Definitely.
he felt it. That Freelance was a business that was also paying him, and he lost revenue, and he didn't know what he was going to do, and it took a mental strain on him. And Isaiah and I picked up the ball. Isaiah is a great person to work with in all of this. He's more of the wrestler's mind in the booking, where he doesn't look at it like I would from a promoter's perspective.
Okay.
And he tries to be a little bit more fair to who's been around, and including the people that are really, they're into wrestling. They're here to wrestle. They're not here just because, oh, it's Freelance and it's cool to be at Freelance. He wants to really highlight and showcase the people that give a shit about wrestling and actually care about the brand and not necessarily themselves. So
okay.
Like I said, it's been rough on Nick. Sorry, I know I go off on a tangent sometimes. So
no, you're good. I think it's cool that Isaiah is helping, because I think now he's been trainer, wrestler, I don't know what do you want to call a title, but like and organizing and helping and booking the show. So it's like he's literally had every role probably, and he's probably taking down the ring like.
He's Isaiah has truly stepped up. Not that he ever wasn't stepping up before,
right?
But with this new role, he's definitely stepped up. It's a learning process for him. Like, he's never done this before, so it's kind of cool to be the one that's kind of like showing him, this is what we do. This is what we should do. This is why what you think isn't going to work because of this. And from a wrestler standpoint that never did any of this, he's like, oh man, I didn't even think of that. So it's definitely a lot of give and take between us. We haven't argued really anything. If we don't like something, we say it to each other, and we discuss it to see what's going to happen. We're both strong-minded, so you'd think there'd be more friction, but there's really not that much.
Okay.
And I've learned that there's just certain things that it's not my hill to die on, and I feel like he's done the exact same thing. And it's more of a, all right, well, let's see if it works. If it doesn't work, I told you so, and now let's fix it. So no, it's been cool working with Isaiah. We've gotten closer as friends, I feel, because of this.
That's cool.
And going from really only talking when we see each other to almost 3-4 times a week, which is insane because he hates, social interaction with anybody. So
oh man,
he's an old hermit nowadays.
Yeah,
him and his, he's got his fiance and his dog, so he's even more of a hermit than he used to be.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen him to say congrats, but obviously congrats to Isaiah and Kylie. That's really awesome news. So I'm just gonna run. I won't say what do you prefer me to do? Do you prefer me to say the results, or do you want me to keep because you can go and watch both these shows on independentwrestling.tv. And I just kind of want to preview some of the shows because we're going to talk a little bit about the talent. Do you want me to just kind of run through what the matches were, or do you want me to say like who beat who or anything like that? Do you want me to keep it?
Whatever you prefer to do.
Okay.
Whatever you prefer to do. If you want to go through the results, I could fill in story that people may not have seen yet from October and September that led into what happened in November, and now what's happening in December for the 17th. So whatever you want to do, it's up to you.
I'll read it off really quick, and then I got 3 to 4 questions for you, and then I think we're going to bring Knicks in here. All right. He's kind of in the so-called waiting room. But the Purple Poppy's big birthday blowout, it was on November 19th, Logan Square Auditorium. Sheelan Scramble, Missa Kate defeating Kylie Ray, Blair Onyx, Laney Luck, and Guerrera de Briseñas. Did I say that right?
Sure.
That's the name where it's like, we need Chris for that name to do it correctly.
Exactly,
I'm way too white for that.
When we're talking, she started actually training at the Galli Lucha Libre school, and
I don't know her. Yeah.
Was like, she's like, I really want to learn more. She's like, I want to learn the American style of wrestling. She signed up with Freelance, and that was actually her Freelance debut.
Cool.
And Isaiah and I both, Isaiah E2 doesn't know how to say it either. So yeah.
Okay.
But bring it back, just to touch on that, bring it back to Freelance Scramble was an awesome thing.
Yeah.
It was constantly fluctuating with people who were going to be in it who ended up having to cancel, injury, sickness. So I'm glad that we were able to pull off what we were able to pull off. And yeah, fun times. You'll see the Freelance Scramble again. The fans enjoy it. The internet fans enjoy it. We enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So good times.
Yeah, no, definitely. I love that. I just love that name has stuck, and now I think it's a thing you can expect with it. It's cool. Because I just
gotta learn how to spell it.
Yeah.
Two E's.
Yeah. Oh, is there two E's? I didn't even put two E's in the agenda. We're gonna get better. Cody Lane defeating Everett Connors. Craig Mitchell defeated GPA to advance to the finals of the Freelance Wrestling Championship Tournament, because I know that title is vacant. The Rocking Horses, Dan the Dad, and Warhorse defeated the team of Hysteria, which is Sage Phillips and Cole Radrick. Storm Grayson defeated Jordan Oliver. I have a question about Storm that I would love to pick your brain on.
Sure.
Angel Escalera and the Bang Bros, which is a very fun team. Although we didn't get to hear Mark Anthony, Angel Escalera's music. I was a little we need someone to come up with a remix of their themes, I think. Defeating the Take It Home Wreckers, a team of Darren Corbin and Bucky Collins. And then the other semifinal match for the Freelance Wrestling Championship Tournament, Robert Anthony unfortunately defeated Effie, had some interference from Frank the Clown. So that was that first show. Touching on some stuff that stuck out to me when I watched the show back. Like I said, the crowd came in full force, and then the energy that they had, I feel like the Dan the Dad and Warhorse, it's credit to the performer, and credit to the gimmick that they thought up, but both of those gimmicks I think jive really well with that Logan Square Auditorium crowd, because it's a mix of Freelance faithful, and it's just a mix of just people from Logan who like an entertaining show, don't really know what wrestling is, but when they see a person portraying a rock star, a heavy metal rock star, and a person portraying a Mr. Camioni, so to speak, someone's dad, just a regular old dad, I think then people can really latch on. Oh, I know what this person's trying to portray, really latch onto that. And they really took that energy and I think ran with it. What did you think of their performance together, those two?
Oh, I am a massive fan of Dan the Dad. Constantly probably gets one of the loudest reactions at Logan Square. And even the couple shows he's done at Church Street, he's gotten by far one of the loudest reactions from the crowd that comes out. So, I mean, Warhorse is, just crazy. He's a modern day Ultimate Warrior. And I remember as a kid just getting into Ultimate Warrior because, he was kind of, crazy and psychotic. And, Warhorse is no different, except that, he's much smaller and could fly through the air. So, no, the mixture of the two as a team is exciting. We'll see what goes on further with those two as possibly a team, maybe just singles matches. Just having Warhorse and Dan the Dad as part of the active roster is very, very, very fun.
Yeah, and they really work their gimmick into their move set. It's just like, here's like a regular move, and then here's a regular move Warhorse style. Here's a regular move. Here's a regular move Dan the Dad style. Or like, or how would a Dan the Dad do this type of submission? He would use his belt or something like that. Like they just they really work all their shit into like just general moves and make it their own style, which I think is really cool.
Agreed.
Awesome. So Storm Grayson, man, and Storm Grayson was also on the You're Gonna Shoot Your Eye Out show, which we'll run through that quickly as well. But like what I think he might be my most improved wrestler this year. And that might be like just from my perspective. You might have always known, right? That's like Storm has this in him. But like, what is it this year that like can you point to one or two things of why like he's really taken off this year? Like I'm sure some of it's his own hard work and stuff, but what do you think like it is?
Absolutely. First and foremost, it's his hard work and the dedication that he's put into his craft, and not only that, his body.
Yeah.
His diet is insane. I couldn't do his diet. He drinks tofu shakes and pea protein shakes, and
Damn.
very little like sustenance. It's more liquid over everything.
Okay.
And then the hard work he puts in the gym, and the other half of the coin is just giving him the opportunity.
Yeah.
I always say you're never going to get better against the same people that are on your level. In order to get to that next level, you need to wrestle people that are seen as being better than you and are better than you. And that's kind of what we've done with Storm. He, at Underground, he wrestled Lee Moriarty. He had Sonny Gotch. He's wrestled against Wes Barkley. And then at Freelance, Cody Lane, Jordan Oliver, and Brian Keith. So I think more or less it's okay. People kind of believe in me, so now it's time to really step up, believe in myself more than I've ever believed before, and show everyone what they've been missing. And I feel like he's really done that lately. And the 2021 has been a breakout year for him. And I think it's going to continue over into 2022. And hopefully more people see it and we see more of him elsewhere.
Yeah.
Not necessarily in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. You got to put him in with his own hard work, putting him in with the right people where he can at least like grow a little bit in that match, right? Not just have a match, but have a match to develop a little bit more skill. And I feel like he's really adapted. He could always like slam people. I feel like he's really adapted a lot more chaining and stuff. I don't know, like, or maybe that's just kind of who he's wrestled. Like Lee does that and stuff, but I feel like he can do that style if need be.
Yes. Once again, it's just it's a matter of, all right, dude, you've never wrestled this caliber before. Here's your chance.
Yeah.
Prove your haters wrong. And he stepped up to the plate, and he's definitely, I feel the Jordan Oliver match and the Brian Keith match, he's knocked out the park. No question. Match of the night, in my opinion, both of those shows.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that would agree.
Those are big words coming from the man, one of the man backstage, the match of the night. And I like Brian Keith, bringing him in, I thought was very special. That's just a sidebar, but like I feel like he already called Chicago like a place that felt like home to him. But I feel like he could have a newer face that could have a long run with you. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Brian Keith is definitely somebody that we're going to continue to bring back as much as we possibly can. Make him a Second City son if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see more Brian Keith. Brian Keith people are just starting to scratch the surface with Brian Keith. And that weekend was actually his first weekend ever leaving Texas to go wrestle.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah. He wrestled in Minnesota, or not even Minnesota. I think it was South Dakota for Time Bomb Pro Wrestling. And then he came and wrestled for the Freelance brand Friday and Saturday. So we did everything we could to make him feel comfortable and feel at home. And clearly he said it. So
yeah,
that's a compliment to not only, the Freelance brand, but Chicago overall.
Yeah. Hey, I think he replied to one of our, we were like, hey, we love seeing you. I think he replied to one of our tweets and saying that. So it's out there. The evidence is out there. Great. So I want to touch, got a couple questions about, you're going to shoot your eye out. This took place December 4th, Church Street Brewery. You're wearing their merchandise. They have cool hats that fit the wardrobe of, I think I always see you dressed in black. Is that your color?
Yeah, as a fat guy, black is
okay.
So, here, I'm not, I have on other
Wolfpack shirt?
Gray. I got gray on. Not all black, but for the most part, yeah. And not only that, most t-shirts are black.
Yeah, that's true. Fair point.
So,
that's fair.
But they have all different color hats, t-shirts. I just like the black on. I think it's black on like a silver hat here. Church Street saved us when Beta Bra closed. So anything we could do to help promote, help them as much as they helped us, willing to do. Here, fun fact, I paid for the hat. I didn't get it for free. I paid
there you
for
go.
it. I gave him my money. So, black on black and rep the brand.
Yeah, and both the IPAs are tasty.
Both brands. Both brands. So.
This show had these matches. There was a fatal 4-way match. Cole Radrick defeating Angel Escalera. We heard the music. His music is phenomenal. Like that song. Doesn't it put a smile on your face? Just yes or no?
Does the music put a smile on my face? Only because when the music hits, only because when the music hits, the people get up for Angel, which makes me smile. After Angel, when he first started out, just had a nowhere gimmick, a nowhere song. Mm-hmm. Angel was not very well liked by anybody. And just that the song and then the crowd getting behind him represents the new version of Angel that has busted his ass to prove that he belongs. So sure, I guess the song is fun.
He ended up, I believe, taking the pin. Also, Marcus Mathers and Riley Rose were in this match, bringing in, I think, some new names. But I think Angel ended up taking the pin. Cole Radrick won this Fatal 4-Way match, and that, I think, continues. Didn't they wrestle at that Shy Secret Stash show, right?
They wrestled at Shy Secret Stash. Angel pulled off the upset victory.
Right.
Cole Radrick wrestled him at one of the TV tapings, and Cole Radrick got the victory. And then in this Fatal 4-Way, Angel had it all wrapped up. Hit the moonsault on Riley Rose. Cole Radrick came in, tossed Angel out of the ring, and covered Riley Rose 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so he's almost up like 1.5, or if you want to 1. So I kind of rivalry I didn't really expect, but it's kind of cool that they just keep running into each other a little bit, and I kind of like how that. It's not something I expected you to build on, but I kind of like that it was. It was like, oh yeah, let's go there again. So really cool. Billy Starks defeated Kayla Cassidy. Shane Mercer defeated GPA to retain the giant check. I think GPA is on a losing streak. Let's just point that out. The check it's the legacy lives on. You're building that legacy. It's amazing.
Hey, at least the guy who has the check has returned with the check.
There you go.
Actually wrestled a match. So can't ask for more.
I can't wait because and fast forwarding, Calvin Takeman defeated O'Shea Edwards to retain his Freelance Underground Heavyweight Championship. But like the moment that Shane Mercer cashes that in, if it's Calvin who's still holding that, then I think we might have, an instance where like a floorboard in the ring might get broken on something. Like if he does that, whatever it's called, where it's like a fallaway slam, but you do a flip with it. Like that could seriously break the ring. It could seriously break the ring. I don't know. Do you think that's crazy? Like that's going to be like Kong versus Godzilla, like these titans going at it. If he cashes in on Calvin.
Yes. We'll see. It's up to Shane.
I just know, Two Juice just has to recognize what's going on quickly. Like not like in WWE where there's like, what do you want to do with this? And it's just like, dude, he's cashing it in. Just make it happen. Unfortunately, the Bang Bros lost their Freelance Underground Tag Team Championship to the Brothers of Construction. Storm Grayson defeated Sky Blue. The Philly Marino Experience defeated Logan James and Tyler Matrix. Infrared, I think was their tag team name.
Yes,
Infrared. And yes, and then Monix defeats Knicks. So we're going to talk a lot about that, I think, this episode. Knicks should be joining us in a minute or so. Wanted to talk to what is the deal with like Monix? Like, what do you make of that? Like, I haven't gotten your opinion on it, and obviously, like you know everything that's happened with him, but like, what do you make of this whole situation?
Monix just Monix. I don't know. I've tried to talk to him. He
Yeah.
doesn't say much to me. I don't know. He's got some kind of agenda. He feels insulted. I really don't know. That honestly, you want to know? You want an opinion on Monix? Matt Nix is the man to talk to. He's been up front and up close and personal with him. So
Yeah, joining us right now from it looks like his very comfortable bed and where he's sitting. Happy belated Matt Nix, and welcome to this episode. I know you're kind of popping in. I appreciate you doing so.
Hey, thanks for having me, and sorry about coming in so late.
No, that's okay. We wanted to stagger it a little bit because there was I was throwing a lot of booking like creative questions at James and stuff, and I didn't want you just sitting there kind of twiddling your thumb. So we got some questions for you as well that we want to ask. Just first of all, like how have you been, man? I mean, I haven't talked to you in a bit. I know we texted a little bit back and forth because we do live in the same neighborhood. We are neighborhood buddies, neighbors.
I know. We gotta hang out soon.
Yeah, definitely. I've been meaning to go to Alice's for some karaoke. I think it's called Alice's. So if I hit it up this December or January, this winter season, I'll shoot you a text. That's my Avondale like bucket list I'm trying to get to. But
just make sure he shows up.
Yeah, how have you been? Like besides, I know it's been a while since we talked, just in general.
I've been good. Been keeping real busy, working at the shop and kind of just, doing other stuff to keep my attention. Well, at least before I came back to wrestling, I should say. I fell deeply back in love with like baseball.
Okay.
And just like seeing the ride that the Sox had this year was real fun, and just was a good way to clear my head and kind of put my focus on something that I could like really get invested in and not have too many high stakes for myself personally, I guess.
Yeah, no, they had a hell of a run. Sorry it didn't work out. I mean, I'm a Cubs fan, but I'm not like, I would have loved to see the Sox. I don't hate on the Sox unless we're playing them. So I have no reason to hate. I would have loved to see them make a run.
Same. I'm the same way. I think the rivalry between the Cubs and Sox is fun. It's like a fun like jesting that we have. Like I just hate when people take it too seriously, and it's like all right, calm down, guys. You're not playing the game.
Exactly. So speaking of, I'm glad that you found something, because I know you were, and I think you were open about talking about this. So let me know if there's anything you're not comfortable answering, but like you wanted to take a step back from wrestling. I think you were feeling like you maybe just needed to reset on it, or your heart wasn't in it at the moment. So I'm glad you found something to invest your time in, to latch onto, to have some passion towards and stuff. And like, but now you're back. We just talked about the Purple Poppy show. Obviously, happy belated on that. How are you? I know you just had a match with Monix, and we could talk about that as well. But like, where are you at right now with wrestling? I think you've kind of come back a little bit. But I wanted to see where you're at, like mentally, physically, with like being in the ring and stuff like that.
That's a good question. I think having time away from wrestling was like really good for me specifically. I know a lot of people tend to take breaks here and there when they need to, and I think everybody should. Like, if you ever have like a feeling of like whatever in whatever you're doing, like if you feel overwhelmed, or if it's like starting to not be as fun for you, just take some time and take a break. Like, you can always go back to anything like that, and especially stuff like with wrestling is like I would consider as like an art form. When you're not feeling passionate about your art, it's like, okay, well, the reason why you do this is because you love it. So if you're not loving it anymore, maybe take some time away and see. Like, and I really didn't know specifically if I was ever going to come back to wrestling. Like, I was like, I know I need this break. I know I need to like take care of myself
Yeah.
for the first time ever. And just like, hey, like maybe I'll come back. I never said I was like, I'm done forever, like goodbye.
No,
But
never. You never said that and then had a farewell tour and then said, oh no, actually I'm back, like Monix's punk ass did. So you never did that either.
Unlike other people, I did not have a farewell tour.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, you know what, like I was fully content too, with kind of not ever doing it again. Like I was like, if this is it, like I've had a good run, you know, like I had fun. I have a lot of great memories, and just like was really kind of looking at other things that I could do in my life, with my life, and just slowly but surely, wrestling is like a drug to some people, and for me, definitely. I just like I was like, oh, like let me check Twitter and just kind of see what's going on, like who's doing what. Like after like being away from it all for a couple months, and just keeping tabs on stuff, and then then I started like once shows started happening again, I was like, I think I'm gonna go like hang out at the shows and like to see people. Like I haven't seen people in general in such a long time that I just wanted to like see some familiar faces. And then I started like just going up to practices again and just rolling around just to stay active, like just I was like, I can't just sit on my couch and just not do nothing.
Right.
So I wanted to just kind of get back into just kind of being active, and lo and behold, here I am. Like I'm just like okay, I think I found that piece of wrestling that was missing for a while, at least just like the joy of like going to shows and being excited to wrestle, and like being excited to like I love working with like the younger guys and kind of just like because I see how like passionate and like excited they are about everything. And I'm like, damn, dude, I remember feeling that way. I remember being like that and just like being an idiot and just like not realizing I'm being an idiot, and just like life was so much simpler at that time. And like to kind of see that happening again with them, I'm like, damn, like there's no reason that I can't feel that way again. Like there's no reason that I can't like have that same kind of passion again. And like just being around all those people, like all the like Davey, August, Trevor, even just like being around them and like just seeing how they're like they glow about it. Angel, I love talking to Angel about wrestling because he's just so passionate and excited about everything that I'm like, dude, like I love that. I love it. And I was like, I need more of this in my life. And the only way I can get that is by wrestling. So
it sounds like getting back to basics a little bit, and just like I think maybe realizing just like having fun with it, and just kind of all the bullshit, realizing like the kind of the object of why we do this is to have a good time, is to have fun. It sounds like is kind of what you maybe have rediscovered a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so.
Cool. And I want James was talking about the how you guys came up with the Purple Poppy show name, and how it was kind of like James's idea, but he called it the Mad Knicks birthday blowout, and then Isaiah's came in with the slam dunk, which was the Purple Poppy. Is that kind of how the story? I want to get a second confirmed source here on the story. Is that how it went down, and how'd you feel about the show being named after you?
Well, when they told me about it, I was just like, you're joking, right? Like I thought it was a joke. And then they were like, no, we're really doing this. And I was just like, oh God. I was like, do we have to? Like I just like I feel weird about like it's so, and this is weird to say because I'm a wrestler and I'm a performer, and like being a performer, you kind of need to make your performance all about you. But I really just in general, like I really hate making things about me.
That's what we were saying earlier. If you listen back, we talk about you basically, but like we say like exactly what you said. Like you don't like, I'll let you finish. Sorry. But like, you don't like things being about, you wouldn't want the spotlight on you, but this wasn't in like, I don't think anyone saw this in a bad light. It was like an appreciation of what you've built and can continue to build. Right. So that's kind of what it came out to be.
No, definitely. And like, it's just me being weird. Cause like, it's like this shit that I'm learning to like accept compliments and stuff. Like I I don't know. I've always been that way. But like I do appreciate it when people say stuff like that. Like I'm like, oh, I'm always just like in my head, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like you didn't do anything to earn that compliment, like is basically what I do. But then I have to tell myself, like, no, like it's okay to like feel proud about stuff sometimes. Like it's okay to like be like, oh, to accept like acknowledgement for things that you've done and accomplished. But no, yeah. So he tells me about that, and then he's like, oh yeah, then we're gonna have everyone sing happy birthday to you. And I was like, come on, no, you're not gonna do that. And then but it was,
and then you
fun.
got kicked in the or hitting the balls by Grimace.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Yeah, don't even get me started.
But you were looking. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just saying, then karma had my back.
There was a little bit of karma. There was a little bit. We don't. No one would wish that upon anyone, but karma struck pretty swiftly there. Definitely.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, but no, you were looking dapper that night. So shout out to that. Whoever, I'm sure you're assuming you dressed yourself. Or maybe that was your girlfriend.
I do sometimes.
But yeah, I think everyone just appreciate. It was almost like Matt Knicks appreciation night, just labeled something different. And then
I was half expecting one of those like those Rock and Sock Connection, like this is your life thing, where they were gonna like start pulling out like, here's your high school girlfriend. I'm like, whoa, Nicole is right over there. Like I don't need this right now.
It's funny. Let's talk about your match with Monix. If you want to, I do want to. Although, like, I really wish you would have pulled it out there. I think you tried everything, and they tried every trick in the book as well. It was just coming down to who had more tricks up their sleeve. A little bit of miscommunication there at the end, or maybe not necessarily miscommunication, but Andy Long obviously got involved in this match in more ways than one. I appreciate that he socked Chico because Chico was getting involved in the match. But then he socked you as well with a belt. So did he help or hinder the match? Andy's involvement.
I won't hold that against him. I think he had every right. He had every much of a right to want to get his hands on Monix as I did. So I don't fault him for trying to take his shot when he did. It's just very unfortunate how it ended up playing out.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate him, like you said, for socking Chico. I just happened to be able to get out of the way just in time to avoid that miss. And his assistance could have, or if his assistance wasn't there, could have definitely hurt me a lot more.
Definitely. I like that. I appreciate you trying to obviously end the match the way that he beat with that same submission hold. So I thought that was great. I appreciate that. James, a question to you. What is this? Like, why is he trying to make I don't want to say it's an irrelevant belt because it has history and a lot of good history, but why is he like, what is Monix trying to do with this whole belt that's not recognized, right, by Freelance Underground management? Like, what is he trying to do?
Prove a point. That's what I think he's trying to do. He's trying to prove a point. He feels insulted. Nick and Andy presented him with something, a feel-good moment, and instead of it going as they planned, it went another way. And Monix is clearly not happy with that. And he took it out on them, and he had ulterior motives. So here we are, stuck with the creature that may or may not been created, in one moment. Or more moments that we're not aware of. So
you think he was insulted then by giving him that belt as kind of a going away project or present? Excuse me. Was he insulted by that then? So then that's kind of what's fueling this new rage or whatever he's on right now.
It's possible, highly possible. He called it a participation trophy.
Yeah.
So if he's insulted, that sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
So here we are.
It wasn't meant to be that, Knicks, when you were in the ring. It wasn't meant to be a participation trophy. I mean, it was go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, not at all. And our intentions were definitely good. But as I can understand, like, as a performer, I can understand wanting to feel like, you earned something, you earned a championship. You don't want to be handed something like that. You don't want to be like, oh, you lost, you're leaving, so here's this belt. I mean, I definitely can understand his motivations behind it. I just feel like, for as long as we've known him and for as good of times we've had together, I felt like, he could have handled that a lot differently. And he did what he did. He did what he felt like he had to do, and we're just kind of having to deal with it at this point.
Right. And so just in general, as a whole with a match, obviously, I like that you came out to "Won't Back Down" by Tom Petty. Did that have any sort of symbolism? Because I know there was a lot of chatter back and forth kind of before this match took place.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's definitely, well, for one, as being a big Florida Gators fan, they do play "Won't Back Down" before the start of every fourth quarter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They do, yeah. And since he's from Gainesville, Florida, actually, and I just watching the games and seeing that, and maybe they're down, they're down by points in the fourth quarter, and it's like, won't back down. We're going to finish out strong. We're going to win this game. I kind of feel it the same way, especially with this, this time with Pat. Like, he's talked a big game, and I haven't really been on the same level or close to his level. If I'm being honest, like in the ring, and by him trying to call me out and, in my eyes, look past me and think that this is going to be something that would be easy for him. I told him, I mean, by coming after that song was like,
oh my God.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Shit.
I apologize to the listeners. I don't know how this happened, but it looks like Monix has joined us, and I don't have no idea how he got the link to this.
Excellent.
Password is so easy to hack. Bouncing Souls Lover. What? With a 3 for the E? Wow, dude, that took a few tries.
Hi, Pat.
We were just talking about you, dude. What the fuck do you want?
Last time I saw Nick, he was on the ground at Freelance Underground. Dude, and you know what I was thinking was funny, guys? On the first show that I did for Freelance Underground this year, I hit Andy Long with the belt, but then on this one, Andy Long hit Nick with the belt.
Yep.
So you guys both
exactly what happened.
the head with the belt they tried to give me. Freelance Undisputed Championship.
Which is not recognized by the company. So I don't know what that means. It's not a recognized title.
Pat, do you have a reason for jumping in on this call? How did you even get this number?
I'm the hacker from SmackDown.
You're the hacker from SmackDown, yeah.
What are you doing here, man? Why can you just answer me why? I mean, we had you on this podcast. You said you were leaving, and now all of a sudden you just flipped. Like, can you explain that? Can you give any sort of explanation for that? We're sitting here trying to kind of figure it out, but why? Why, Pat? That's all I gotta say to you is why.
Is James on here?
James is on here.
We're all here, man.
Sorry,
we're all
your question, sir?
Just why? Why are you doing all this? What are you on, man? What's your agenda?
This is the final phase.
What does that mean?
Over this, Charlie, if that is your real name, Charlie Vale.
That's my name.
Charlie. Where's Chris?
He's not here.
Then what the hell am I doing here if Chris isn't here?
I don't know.
Designed the project.
You're not answering the question. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. You're dodging our questions. The question is, what's your agenda, man? What's going on? Like, why are you being a dick to everyone?
Just when you think you have the answer, I change the question.
I don't think he even knows what his final phase is. He talks a lot about this final phase, talks a big game, but I think he's just playing it by ear. And I think
is this not the most infuriating thing, Nick?
I've dealt with his kind before. I'm used to it. I just ignore it at this point.
James, why are you booking this guy? What's going on?
Sell tickets.
What makes you think I'm the one booking him?
Is he just showing up? Is it too juice?
You got a lot of video games and DVDs back there. You watched all of them?
Who has it ever been said that I've welcomed him into this company again?
That's true.
There's
It hasn't
zero
been.
chance you have watched.
Last
There's
time I checked,
you have watched all of those.
last time I checked, Two Juice and Knicks were the ones in the ring with him.
Yep.
I've got nothing to say to Pat. I have zero
Fact?
to say to Pat.
Facts only. Well, it's kind of confusing because there's politically trying to maneuver your way through freelance these days. There's just a lot of hurdles. A lot of hurdles to jump over. A lot of doors to duck through, a lot of people to interact with. There's now Nick's back. It seems like, I don't know, like he wrestled and lost. So like he's probably got to come for vengeance and get re-involved in freelance a little bit more, I would hope, for the sake of the brand. Because then there's James and referee Andy Long. Is he on here?
No.
Who else is involved with freelance? Does Kirby make decisions? I don't know anymore. Does he just look pretty in his cool outfits? Who's the committee? Who is meeting month to month at one of your guys' houses or Matt Nix's office? Which, by the way, Matt Nix's office is incredible. I visited it last month. Lots of cool stuff. I strongly recommend.
Uninvited.
Uninvited. Yes. Just like to this call.
Yeah.
Seems to be your MO, just showing up when nobody wants you, huh?
I do what I want. And that's the thing. At this point, it feels like nobody in wrestling wants me. And that's frustrating because the fans do. And I'm a man of the people and the fans, as well as the wrestlers. I am the locker room leader. I am caring, giving, empathetic, helping. I have a lot of wisdom from my time in wrestling that I'm trying to give back and bring others up. But when companies like Freelance and Freelance Underground don't appreciate that and don't want to keep me on all these shows, it gets a little disheartening. It gets a little upsetting. So when I am on the shows, or when I can make my way to the show, when I have some free time, I just try to do memorable things now, for the fans, for the young wrestlers to learn from. There's a lot that goes into this, Charlie, that you don't know about. The inner workings of the biz, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trade. It goes back decades upon decades, and I've learned from the greats. So I'm just trying to instill this purist mentality about what we do, our craft. I'm trying to make things special, trying to make things feel important. I just see a lot of matches happening, and then they're just over, and then that's it, and then I don't remember anything about it. And as a wrestling fan, that's hard on me to witness.
You finally, I think, added something of value to this call, although I believe probably 10% of what you just said. I think a lot of it is just fabricated now. Like, I can't trust you at all, really. I mean, after kind of what you turned your back on really all the fans that did care about you. So I don't know what you're hearing when you're in the ring, but it's not cheers. So I think you're making a lot of this up.
Chuck, listen here. This is I wasn't sure if I was going to say this or not, but since I'm on the pod, December 4th versus Matt Nix was my last professional wrestling match.
You're so full of it. So
Yeah, you
fucking
and me
full of
both.
it. So you're not wrestling Blake Christian? Are you wrestling him somewhere?
TBD. That's TBD. The graphics up, but TBD. As you know, card subject to change. Anything could happen, and that's why when you watch Project Monix, you got to pay attention. You never know what's going to happen. The only thing that's for sure is nothing's for sure. I made that.
Okay. I think he just crossed the line, James.
We're gonna put that on a shirt. So
did you know that who that quote was from?
Me. I fucking just made it up.
You did it. That's a fucking Sting quote. You will not drag his name through the mud.
Artist, you listen to Sting? Holy shit! You listen to Sting?
That literally might have been the straw to break the camel's
Bowie
back.
fan too? You listen to David Bowie and Eric Clapton or some shit? Who else is from that era? I don't know. Madonna.
Shit. Are we done? Are we done with them?
You know what?
Do you have a dump button?
I'll answer. No. You know what? Let me ask one question before I leave.
Sure. Okay. He just left.
I had a feeling that's what a guy.
I just like to apologize to both of you. I appreciate all of your time, and I know it was just wasted. So my sincerest apologies from myself, Chris, who isn't here, and just Two Heels in the Face in general. Sorry to the listeners who had to endure that. We wanted, I guess, since he was on the call, I wanted answers, so we kept him on the call just to try to have some of this make sense in my head. But I think he's obviously off his rocker. Like he's living in some world where he perceives things differently than we do. It sounds like, so it's fucked up.
One too many bumps to the head, I think.
That's some truth. Out of the things he said when he came on the podcast during his farewell tour, I think that's true. That's one thing he did not lie about, I think, was his health. So I think he's gone off the deep end now. So both apologies to both of you that you just had to endure that. So we got zero value out of that conversation, and it wasn't warranted to begin with, but at least I tried to make some sense of it, and he just wasn't even being cooperative. So
got to make sure you have a more secure network next time.
Mm-hmm. See,
James, help him out with that.
Yeah. Yeah, make it unhackable, right?
Well, Chris is the tech guy, and I obviously, like, Zoom meetings have been hacked before, so it's a thing. I don't have a lobby on this as well, so I'm gonna put the onus and the blame on me for that, because Chris does all the editing and the tech stuff, and I just come up with the agendas and ask questions here and there. So I apologize for that. But let's talk about something more positive. So who is ready to get their ass kicked in some Mortal Kombat before the wrestling show? Raise your hand.
I'm totally down. I love playing the arcade game. I'm not good.
I'm way too busy to do it. So.
Oh, James, come on. Let me take you one time.
No, I don't have. The minute I get there, I'm working until the minute I'm walking out of the door. So no Mortal Kombat for me.
Okay.
You're a good man. You're a better man than I.
Well, the show. Let's talk about the show, James. Just start from the beginning. A new debut in a new venue. This is Nerd Central, wrestling plus video games. I am a gamer myself. Let's go. Start from the. I don't even have to ask you a question, but how do we get to this point? I'm really excited.
What do you want to know?
Yeah. How did it start? Like, what's the show? What's the show? What's the show? When is it? How did we get to
how did we get to this point?
Yeah.
Emporium contacted Mr. Nick and threw it out there. Him, myself, and Isaiah went there, scoped the place out, listened to what the gentleman had in mind for what we could do. We made an offer. They accepted the offer. Quite shockingly accepted the offer.
Nice.
Great offer. Can't complain about it. And now on, Christmas Eve, December 23rd, 2021, Freelance Wrestling presents Flawless Victory at the Logan Square Emporium location on North Milwaukee. I can't necessarily remember the full address.
It's at
But it's
Milwaukee
21
and
Yeah, just Logan Square Emporium, Wicker Park, or Logan Square. Sorry,
No,
Logan Square.
not Wicker Park. No, do not go to Wicker Park.
Do not go to Wicker Park. Logan Square.
It's at Milwaukee and Fullerton.
Yeah,
If you're in
cross streets of
Chicago.
Milwaukee and Fullerton.
Okay, there you go.
Seven crazy matches. Not gonna release any of those yet
That's fine.
or at all. Haven't decided if we're gonna even announce a match. Well, you already can see some of the talent on the poster, so you know who's gonna be there. We'll see in the next upcoming days of what we're gonna do to promote this show.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's new
Doors
new
open.
experimental territory for us.
Yeah, exactly. New experimental territory down the street from Logan Square Auditorium. And doors open at 7, bells at 8.
Okay, and what date is the show again?
December 23rd, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
A Thursday night.
It's a Thursday night, which we were like, oh man, most people are going to have the holiday on Friday since Christmas is on Saturday. So most people are off Friday. So hell, who wouldn't want to go out for a night of games, drinking, and wrestling the night before Christmas Eve? Come see Freelance Wrestling. $20. $20. There's no tiers. It's straight $20. Cashdrop.biz/Emporium Chicago for tickets. $20.
Okay. Great. Yeah. I mean, shit. That might even be enough for me to go.
It better.
I won't hold my breath.
Come on, you can walk to the show.
I can no. I think I'm closer. From walking in Fullerton, I'm very close to Logan Square, even auditorium. I don't know if this is more south or north. This location,
a little south.
if you're going to Milwaukee, like this, I'm putting my hand diagonally because it's a street. These streets always fuck me up, dude. I appreciate just the straight north and south, east, west streets, but when they start going diagonal, like some of those intersections really screw my head up in Chicago.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I want to play some games. Are the games free? No, games are still coins, right? You gotta pay for those.
I think so, yeah. But it's a good spot. I think we're all going to be hanging out after the show too.
Cool. All right.
At least I might.
That's where someone can catch these hands in Mortal Kombat. That's the goal. And then also, so I just want to point. Thank you, guys. I mean, I'm really looking forward to that show. I'm gonna put it in my calendar because I really do love games. I really do love wrestling. It's a perfect combination for me. And then now on sale at freelancewrestling.com, Friday, December 17th. First of all, the poster for the poster for Flawless Victory. I know that the character selection screen has been done before, but this is like the perfect show to do character selection screen. It's like, it looks phenomenal. It looks phenomenal.
Someone made a comment to me the other day. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't anybody that is an active wrestler within the wrestling business too. So I know that much. They said, "Oh, cool! A wrestling company with a video game theme that's actually in an arcade."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no.
I wonder if this is the first time it's happened.
Didn't you wrestle in an arcade for some company?
Maybe. No, I don't think so.
I thought you did.
It's possible.
All right, I'm
gonna think about that now.
Yeah, but a video game show with a video game name in an actual arcade. So we had to do the character selection screen, and I could tell you who came up with that name too. That was Mr. Nick.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It
He
just
seems
seems to make
surprised.
sense.
Yeah, that's score one for Nick. We usually keep a tally of who comes up with the most show names. So
That's why he needed to confirm it earlier of who came up with the name for your birthday show. Because Two Juice and I usually have a tally going of who came up with the name. And let's just say 2021 is a clean sweep for me.
Got him.
Oh man, Two Juice, man, he's really in down bad this episode. I think, just like fucking up end of matches, and
he should. Hey, the fact that he's not mad that Two Juice plastered a what did you call it, an irrelevant championship against his face is surprising to me. I'd be pissed.
I don't want to use that term.
He's my father. I can't be mad at him.
I'm sorry. Not irrelevant in terms of history. It's got a ton of history. I'll never take that away from that title. It's just like we have a narcissist trying to make it a thing when it shouldn't be a thing. It should just be not a thing right now. So that's all. We're not going to get back into the negativity of that. But yes, and this is on the poster really quick. The Bang Bros, Laney, Knicks, Storm Grayson, GPA, Bucky, Mikey. So taking home wrecker action, acid jazz, pick and pop, and hidden character, Shao Kahn, maybe.
Tomorrow, actually, the hidden character will be revealed when we update the poster. Mr. Nix, I have the updated poster as you requested, sir. And it's got the hidden question mark character has just been added to the show. So look for that at around 10 a.m. in the morning. And as long as that's okay, sir, Mr. Owner, sir, is that okay?
Sure.
At 10 o'clock tomorrow? Okay. So 10 o'clock tomorrow, we'll reveal the updated poster with the hidden character, as well as the fact that we just received word that, I don't know if it's just the Emporium or if it's Chicago in general, that in order to get into businesses, or at least into the Emporium, they are not requiring proof of vaccination anymore. So
okay,
that might have just been an Emporium decision.
Okay,
I don't know if that's citywide yet, but no, they had a meeting today, as of when we're recording this, but that they are just not going to have to do it. So that's good. It opens it up for more and more people to be able to come.
Yep. Yes. And then, so December 17th is the other, by the way, you should do a poll. Which poster do you like better? Because this is a phenomenal one as well. Ding, ding, ding all the way. Obviously, playing off of Jingle All the Way, which is just a phenomenal Christmas movie. Sinbad is in that. I mean, watching a movie with Sinbad, it can be a fun time, usually if you're on some sort of drug. But it's a phenomenal poster as well. Craig and Robert Anthony's faces are plastered all over. That's at the Logan Square Auditorium, December 17th, doors at 7. GA $20 as well. I mean, both of these shows are extremely affordable. But yeah, announced on that is a Charlie Evans. Great to see her getting work while she's here. Triple threat match against Laney Luck and Blair Onyx. The Bang Bros against the Take It Home Wreckers Freelance Tag Team Championship match. At least two of the three probably of the Take It Home Wreckers. Brian Keith comes back versus Carlos Romo. And then also announced is the finals of the Freelance World Title Tournament. Robert Anthony versus with Crank the Clown, versus Craig Mitchell. So props to you. Props to you guys for these are two very, very exciting shows. A lot of the matches on here are obviously just draws themselves, but the whole card is very, very strong. So I'm really hoping Logan Square Auditorium just continues the momentum, because I think they really showed out for the Purple Poppy birthday blowout. But ding, ding, ding all the way. So that, I mean, are you bringing in the ringer, Hank, for these bell rings? Because if the show's called Ding, Ding, Ding all the way, is he dead to you?
Who?
Hank threw one too.
Ooh, who's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, the old bell ringer guy. Delringer guy turned dirt sheet writer. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Dirt sheet writer. I don't know. Oh man, I don't know if For the Pop is doing that. Oh no.
The claws are
teasing,
coming out.
Just teasing.
Oh no.
Just teasing.
There might be a story here that I don't know about that we don't want to say on it.
No story. Just joking around. When will this be going up, sir?
You know what? Chris isn't here, so I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
But obviously, we want to get it up as soon as possible. Obviously, to give people enough time to listen, to give people enough time to hear about the show, to buy tickets. Who do you got? What do you guys got? I know we're not playing favorites here, but like another Craig reign. Has Craig held this title specifically, or was he just Freelance Underground?
Just Freelance Underground.
Yeah, he was the FU champion. He brought in the new version of the title, and
yeah,
he was the one that replaced the irrelevant title, as you're calling it. So.
Did that strike a chord? I'm sorry. That struck you know, Nick. You know James well. Is he pissed at me right now?
No.
He's fine. It's the historic title is a better word that should have been used by me. So it had relevancy. It's just like I'll just shut up. Okay.
Just dig in the hole. Just dig in the hole.
Let's go should I go get you the golden shovel or what?
Yeah, please do.
Good job. Good job,
I will I'll take my Croc and I'm wearing Crocs right now and I'll just shove it straight in my mouth.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think Craig might be a little hungrier. Robert Anthony has the clown with him. He's kind of, if there was some kind of cross promotion thing, he'd have his own goddamn stable right now. Frank the Clown. I feel like he's everywhere. He might as well just live. Does he live here? I feel like he should just live here.
He does.
He does?
Currently,
okay.
At least.
Okay, currently. Okay, that makes sense. I knew he was in California at least for a little bit. Is he like a Ram, or is it maybe he's from there? I don't know. I know he's a Rams fan.
He's just a Rams fan.
Okay.
He was a fan, I think, when they were in St. Louis. So
yeah. And then that makes sense. But yeah, that man's everywhere. Teaming with the Brothers from Instruction and now helping out Robert Anthony. So really excited for that one. Excited for some more women's action. Charlie Evans, wrestled for you last 2 shows ago, I think. So it's really cool to see her here.
Yes.
But yeah,
absolutely.
Great. Cool. Well, I'll give you guys the floor if you guys want to say anything else before we wrap up here. Once again, sorry for wasting your time with, I don't know how Monix got in. That's my fault, but I tried to get some answers out of him. Obviously he said nothing, but I appreciate both of you guys coming on, talking about the past shows, promoting the new ones. Nick, I'll give the floor to you if you want to say anything before we head out.
I don't have much to say, I guess. James did
glad you're back.
Thank you. It's
yeah.
You know what? It is really good to be back. After the car crash that my body went through on Saturday, and then wrestling again on Sunday at Glory Pro, and not having a back-to-back road trip weekend like that in quite some time. Like my body was a little sore, but like in a good way. I was like, okay, I missed this. I missed like the camaraderie of like a road trip car and all that stuff. So it's really good to be back, and I'm excited to keep being back for as long as I can, and we plugged the shows coming up, December 17th, December 23rd, coming up, 24th.
23rd.
No, it's 23rd. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
I held up a 3.
I don't really have anything to promote specifically, I guess. New episodes of My Violent Tendencies will be on their way soon. I'm finally ready to start doing that again. I got a new theme song coming out for that as well that I wrote the lyrics for. It's awesome. Follow me on Twitter, @Knicks, on pretty much everything as well. And then Pro Wrestling Tees for merchandise. If you want a purple t-shirt, everyone's got black wrestling shirts. You need a purple one. Or a picture of my dog on it. So
PWO, baby.
Photos.
PWO,
PWO, baby.
We're gonna get even more members than the. I don't have a shirt. I should get a shirt. We're gonna get even more members than the original NWO Black and White had. Just get like 25 people.
Just have my own like posse come into the ring with me.
Yeah. Are you gonna release the lost episode of My Violent Tendencies that we did, Chris, myself, and James did? That no one's. Where is that episode?
I don't.
It's lost.
It got deleted. That's why I never got posted.
No.
I was like I don't know what I did, like trying to like transfer the audio over, but it literally is gone. So I owe you guys at least all of you together or separately another opportunity, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, no, it'd be fun to just hang out and talk and stuff. Like I have absolutely no format to the shows anymore. It's kind of just like general conversation of whatever we want to talk about. And sometimes I will find topics or weird things that I found interesting that I could be like, hey, here's this weird thing that I found.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about it? And then just kind of get your guys' take on it. And hopefully people like it. I don't know. It's fun for me.
I've enjoyed some episodes. I enjoyed the Danhausen episode. So I think keep doing your thing whenever you want, as long as you're passionate about it. I think it'll work out.
Thank you.
Yeah, James, you have the floor before we go.
Like, subscribe, follow everything that is Freelance Underground and Freelance Wrestling. I'm the company guy.
Yes,
he's a beautiful soul, and he's been working so hard. All of them have, like him, Isaiah,
yeah,
Andy as well. Everybody's been working their asses off, and Freelance as a whole has been flourishing because of it.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm so gray and it's so puffy on my face, because I haven't had time to take care of myself. I've showered. Showers have occurred, but as far as haircuts and shaving, not so much.
Yeah, I'm getting some gray in the beard too. I got like 2 little random spots that popped up that people comment on all the time. So
meanwhile, I just shaved yesterday.
Yeah, you guys are looking clean. All right, thanks for listening to the episode. 2heelsonface.com for everything, all past episodes, and 2 Heels on Face is number 2 Heels on Face on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. And yeah, thanks for your time, guys. I really appreciate you. And yeah, maybe I'll see you at a show this December.
Yes. Karaoke.
Yes.